Robert G. Williams and I opened our doors as the Trosch & Williams Law Firm in 1970. We had one manual typewriter, one attorney's office, and a secretarial station. When one of us had a client conference, the other went to a restaurant next door until the conference was completed. We were what you might call a truly bootstrapped startup.
Conrad Trosch Kemmy has definitely stood the test of time. When I joined the firm in 1987, we were responding to a growing need in the area of estate planning. Today, approximately 2 out of 3 American adults do not have an up-to-date will. In 1987, the percentage of those without wills was even higher. Add to that, at that time, we were an underdog. We were a smaller firm and had to build awareness in the Charlotte community that we had begun offering estate planning and probate services. Since then, our estate planning services have evolved to include elder and special needs planning, and our estate planning, probate, and elder law division has completed thousands of wills. In fact, we believe today that we have completed more wills than any other firm in the area.
Moving forward, there's one thing that will never be in question. CTK is simply a people-focused firm, whether it's internal or external. Internally, culture drives every decision moving forward at CTK. We focus on the 6 most important elements of workplace culture. The first one is purpose. While we are obligated to make money to keep our doors open, our doors are open for our purpose, helping people.
Awareness of societal injustice and economic inequality are at an all-time high. These issues, among others, have been part of something I've always known my life growing up as a Trosch. These ingrained values of giving and truly caring naturally extended into the culture of CTK throughout all these years. We've long participated in so many community outreach programs, charities, causes, Council for Children's Rights, the Legal Aid, Teen Health Connection, or just to name a few. With Michael Kemmy and my father at the helm, we've invested in people and the community, both in and out of work.
When I joined the firm in 1993, I was in awe. Conrad Trosch Kemmy had a 23-year legacy of values and culture that made the firm distinct. As I grew from that newbie associate attorney to a partner, I saw firsthand how Conrad Trosch Kemmy attorneys and staff operated. When I became a managing partner in the 2000s, and when the founders of the firm began to pass the torch to me, I was asked to identify that legacy, values, and culture that made Conrad Trosch Kemmy so special to so many. I was tasked to shape those principles into a concrete project that would ensure the legacy continued for decades or even longer. Our big question: how do we keep this wonderful thing going? We all agreed that the #1 way was through our people. As a result, each and every team member that has joined our firm understands our values, why those values are so important to us, and agrees that they also shares those values. This legacy boils down to the answers to a few questions. Why do we exist? To make the lives of people who come in contact with Conrad Trosch Kemmy better for it. How do we behave? We treat others how we would want to be treated if we were in their situation, regardless of how they are acting. What do? We recognize each situation as unique and craft common sense tailored legal solutions.
I founded Conrad Trosch Kemmy over 50 years ago with the philosophy of treating every single client with complete dignity and respect. With our firm still maintaining this philosophy today, every day I believe, this is our beacon of success.
We must never forget that our behavior affects our clients. Our behavior affects our community. We can never forget our small firm feel, no matter how many people work in our offices, that those that come into contact with us are not cogs in a large corporate machine. They're souls that need a lift. And of course, these values mean nothing unless we follow those values and conduct ourselves with the highest ethics. I have a great example of an ethical dilemma. For those of you who were in Charlotte in 2008, you know it was a very scary time. The housing market was experiencing its highest level of crisis in modern history. Business was bad all around. Many of our clients, and actually many law firms, were shutting their doors. At that time, we had a referral source that was sending us hundreds of thousands of dollars in business. My father started feeling uneasy about the business practices of this referral source. Clients would come in, and he felt they were being taken advantage of. So he decided to choose conscience over cash and refused to be a part of that referral source. In fact, our firm then sought out and sued bad actors in that industry to stop other people from being exploited. This is the type of legacy that my father passed to us. I hope and I pray that we live up to it. Right and wrong matters. Our firm has chosen the ethical path in the past, and I know we will continue to do so in the future.
Another reason that we've stood the test of time is that we have always known who we are and what we stand for. Lou Trosch Sr., as founder, didn't start the firm and then just hand over the reins after a few years. He remained extremely involved in all aspects of the business, and he guided us through all the years of success that we've enjoyed. And Lou continues to be involved in various ways today.
One of the highlights for me, personally, is being able to teach law to students at the University of North Carolina, Charlotte. Teaching and being a mentor has provided the opportunity to share our firm's philosophies and values with more than 18,000 students over the last 40 years.
The other 5 elements of workplace culture that we focus on are leadership, appreciation, well-being, opportunity, and success. CTK is a place where every team member feels like they can be their most authentic selves at work every day. For our newer team members, our leaders serve as mentors, just like in the past, to help them belong and learn from our expertise. From an external perspective, this people-focused approach assures that we continue our mission of positively impacting all that we meet. This even goes for our clients where we are not a natural fit. When we run into these situations, we always try to provide a referral source so that those people don't feel that they've lost time in speaking with us. We see this dynamic increasing as Charlotte continues to grow. Forbes has named one of the most important principles of the future organization: operating like a small company so we can quickly adapt to change. CTK behaves exactly like that. The future will bring change for sure, and we are excited about it.
I would like to believe that we've established a true legacy firm that will succeed into the future with the same values and principles that form the basis of our firm that we have all aspired to for 50 years.
I laugh sometimes when I remember talking to a 3rd grade class once about becoming a lawyer. One kid said he thought lawyers had a job where they just put their feet up and the money rolls in. Outside of the TV set, this is not even close to the truth. Practicing law at Conrad Trosch Kemmy is a calling. We are often guiding people through the most difficult times of their lives. They yearn for someone to listen and understand them as a human being, not to talk down to them. If anything other than helping people is the focus of our work, then lawyers are missing the 3 things that clients must have in these times: empathy, expertise, and honesty.
There are so many stories that demonstrate through experience how important people that you bump into in the community really are. When I was in law school, I answered my parents' phone over Christmas break. It was a gentleman from abroad who was calling to speak to my parents. They weren't around, so he talked to me. He told me a story about his daughter. She had married a man and had moved to Charlotte. One day, her husband beat her and left her on the side of the road, literally with no money, credit cards, nothing. She went to a nearby church, who called my mother for help. Now, this is not my mother's church, so I think it must have been a parishioner that she had helped in the past. But this woman's father said my mother dropped everything and got her a protective order. And then she helped her get into a shelter. For about 20 years, this woman's father called every year around Christmas and left a message with no callback number to tell my mother how much he appreciated her for saving his daughter's life. A few years ago, I answered the phone again, and he was calling this time just to let my family know that his daughter was now a successful entertainment executive in California. I had to tell this man that my mother was no longer with us, but he told me, no, she is with us. She lives in all of the people she has helped over the years, like his daughter.
Working alongside Manette Trosch was one of the most rewarding experiences I've ever had in my career. Manette poured her life into her clients. When she became a lawyer, she truly set the bar for how one treats clients and even opposing counsel. She treated everyone with care, love, and respect. Often involved in contentious cases, Manette was the consummate professional. She prepared meticulously for her cases. She sought to anticipate what is often impossible to see in advance, to understand the ambiguity of these situations, and to provide as much clarity as possible to her clients, not just in the moment of the case, but for the future. Manette embodied everything a family lawyer should be. She knew that there are people's lives, family happiness, and personal relationships at stake. In October of 2014, Manette and I were recognized by Legal Aid, and CTK received the Legal Aid of North Carolina's Outstanding Firm Service Award for pro bono work. When Legal Aid had a victim of domestic violence, they would contact us. Often this was on very short notice. However, Manette and I would step up and handle these cases, however complex. We worked no differently with them as we did for our paying clients. Our approach was to meticulously prepare each case and embody the values and principles that CTK has always stood for. We spent hours with them. These victims came from every spectrum of society: old, young, rich, poor. Domestic violence does not discriminate. We took each and every case very seriously. We pored over and prepared all documentation and evidence as we normally would. Legal Aid recognized this and began sending us the more complex cases. This led to their recognition of CTK in 2014. As far as Manette, she provided, along with her legal expertise, compassion, support to these victims. She helped them gain confidence to pursue a better life. Manette was a remarkable person in every sense of the word.
There are far too many stories to be included in a video, but all are important for us at CTK to remember. As far as the future is concerned, our focus is to create modern leaders. We at CTK want our team to not only to continue to mentor and empower, but also to lead through our communities in both volunteerism and outreach. And we look forward to serving our community for many years to come.
And of course, I cannot leave out the fact that working alongside my family all these years has been extremely rewarding. I simply cannot overstate how wonderful it was to work with one's wife and best friend, as well as my 3 sons, Lou Jr., Bill, and Eric. I'm a very proud father and grandfather. Manette and I shared our home and love with so many people. Our family's closeness and love for the community has continued to form the foundation for what Conrad Trosch Kemmy is today. I would like to also believe that our success and longevity is due to our reputation and commitment to the community. I'm very proud of what we've built, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds.